This is LadyMyya. Hello, you guys. We are back with another podcast. So, I have company once again. I have Miss Farana, and I'm not going to mess up her last name. Oh no, we're not going to do that. But it's beautiful. Jaliel, is it? Jaliel. Okay, Jaliel. Yes, and she is a fellow podcaster. And so the name of her podcast is Women Come Backs. So I'm going to talk to her about her podcast, you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy. So my Myyan tribe, please welcome Miss Farana. Hello, beloved.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for wanting to be on my show, and I appreciate it. I love the concept with your podcast, and I am so excited for my Myyan tribe to actually hear what you have to say, honey.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. So what is Queen Comebacks?
So it is Queen of Comebacks. I started a podcast to have a platform where women could share their stories of comebacks. As we know, women, we carry so much, we go through so much, and we are strong, we are powerful, and we get through it. It's just in the midst of your chaos where you feel like, how am I going to get through this? And my platform is there to encourage and empower women who are, at a rock bottom, to letting them know that there is a way out. You will make it out, and you will still make a success of your life. So I interview women globally, sharing their stories of what they've been through in life and how they made it through and what they are currently doing today. And most of them are successful coaches, business owners, and leaders. So that's basically what my podcast is about. It's all about transformation, personal growth, and self-love. Because my teachings, as I am a transformational life coach, is that healing through self-love is so powerful, and it's something that we should all really take on.
Yes, I agree. Us ladies, we gotta stick together, and a lot of us are kind of going through the motions. So yeah. So what is your findings with the stories that you're getting?
Well, it's each one has a different story. Like I said, we go through similar things. Like so far now, I think I started in July, and most of the women that I have interviewed so far, I could relate to most of their stories. Like I said, we all go through it. I don't know if it's a journey of us ladies that we go through similar things, but what I found was that most of them said when they started taking care of themselves, when they started putting themselves first, and when they started loving themselves, that's where the change came. So, like I said, self-love is your power. And it's why I love teaching it. It's my passion. And that's what I got out of most of them. It was putting myself first, choosing me, and doing what I wanted to do, like doing what I love. Because most of them turned out to be now coaches, and they're teaching other women how they got through it, whether it's in business. Some of them went through illness and how they made it through with their difficulties. So it all came down to self-love and self-care, knowing your worth and saying yes to yourself, obviously.
Yes, and that does help. A lot of us, we weren't used to it, and our people before us did not get a chance to exercise that option either. So, it just kind of goes, from generation to generation. I do understand. So, are you finding that the conversations just kind of slide off the tongue? I mean, is it stuff that, breakthroughs are actually happening on the show?
I would definitely say breakthroughs, because if you hear someone else went through, what you are currently going through, something, a light switch will go on. You will say, okay, you know what, let me try this, let me try what she said worked for her. And it's basically sharing ideas. Not everyone started the same way. Like for me, it was like I started with affirmation, someone else might have started with journaling. You put all of these ones together and you have like a whole blueprint of how you can change your life, to completely transform your life. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yes, that is amazing. Okay, so that is a great thing. So now have you shared your journey?
Oh yes, I did. Yes, I did. Mine, it was a painful story because I come from like 2 abusive relationships. So I had to share my story of being married for 10 years to a narcissist who was abusive physically, emotionally, and mentally. And I had to share my story before I could open the platform for other ladies to share their stories as well. So I went through a lot during those abusive relationships. And for me as well, it started when I decided to put myself first and to start loving myself, because like you said, we weren't taught this. And I feel that it's something that we should be teaching our kids in school. Because if we had that tool of loving ourselves and knowing how to love ourselves, I think many of us wouldn't end up in these abusive relationships and staying in them. So I did share my story of comebacks. That's why I started a podcast, because everything I went through, from the 2 abusive relationships. I lost my daughter when she was 10 years old. So like I said, I could relate to a lot of other ladies' stories as well, because I've been through it. You know, I had my fair share and I've hit my version of rock bottom. So I had to share it, and I had to like make the platform for ladies to share those type of stories.
Right. Okay. Wow, that is interesting. Okay, I would love to hear your story, girlfriend. That sounds interesting. I'll go to the podcast. That's fine. You don't have to right now. Okay, so tell me what it is that drew you to want to even start a podcast. Like, I mean, was it all about the struggles that you went through? Was that therapy for you? A lot of us are finding, this being a therapy platform.
Yeah.
So,
I would definitely say not therapy for myself, because I'm not the healing. For me, there is no destination. There's always something that will come up that you still need to work on. But I started it because I would usually go live in my Facebook group where I would interview women, and I just wanted a platform that will, when you go to one platform and you can go and listen to different episodes or different peoples with different stories. So that's why I basically started it. It was always something that I wanted to do, and since I started my coaching business, it was my next step to get more exposure basically, and to give other women a better platform to share their stories.
Yes. Ooh, that's cool. I like that, girlfriend. So what are you looking forward to doing going forward? Like, what is the end goal for you?
The end goal, I'm not sure how long I'm going to run the podcast for. Like I said, I will see how far it goes. I will see that if it's in demand, or yes, I will like to go as far as I can with it, run with it as far as I can with it. But I don't really have plans for the podcast at the moment, because it's still very new. I'm still finding my feet as well. I'm still learning as well. I just bought a new mic because my first mic was just not doing it for me. So I'm basically learning, and I will see where it takes me. Hopefully to a better place, not only for myself but for my listeners as well, because they will be growing with me as well in the podcast, in my business and everything.
That is awesome. Okay, so for my Myyan tribe that is actually listening to you go through your journey and into podcasting and doing this business with coaching, what would you say to them?
Never give up. If you have a dream, doesn't matter how old you are, whether you know or you don't know anything about the technical part, because I absolutely knew nothing. we learn every day. Every day I learn something new. So don't let nothing stop you. When I started, I knew absolutely nothing, like zilch. I started with my phone. It's a Samsung, and I started booking out with a podcast. I upgraded by now already because I started last year with my coaching business, and it's something that I always in the back of my mind knew I wanted to do. But it was like, this is not me. I'm an introvert. So I worked in the mining industry for about 10 years, and I think post 2020 lockdown, I was my contract ended, and I was like, okay, that February month I decided to let me see where this can take me. So my message really is, if you have a dream, if you have this fire burning inside of you, whether it's like I'm not a public speaker. I have fear of public speaking. I never thought that this is something that I would be doing a podcast as a coach as well. And yeah, I am. So don't let nothing stop you. You have everything you need, you have inside of you. So go after your dreams. Age doesn't matter. Whether you know how to use a ring light or doesn't matter. We learn every day. So never give up. And number one is always put yourself first.
Do that. Please do that. Okay, so my Myyan tribe may want to reach you. How would they do so?
Okay, I am on Facebook, Farana Jaliel. My Facebook group, I don't know the name, sorry. I just changed my Facebook group's name, but they can get me on my Facebook. My business page is Survive, Transform and Thrive Academy with Farana Jaliel. That is the name of my company. I'm also on Instagram, survive_transform_thrive.
Love it. That is amazing. Honey, keep going. 'Cause, there's so many people coming up behind you, and they are ready to go because they see you. And that's always a great thing. Thank you so much for being on my show, Miss. This is great. I love the opportunities that you have. Can you please tell everyone where you're from?
I am from South Africa. Beautiful South Africa. Yes, I live in a small town in South Africa. I'm not in a city, not a city girl. I prefer the quiet small towns. I don't like the hustle and bustle from the city life. So I'm from South Africa, the beautiful side of South Africa. We are all in nature with the mountains and all that and waterfalls.
Okay, I want pictures later.
I will definitely send you.
This was an absolute gem. I understand. I really appreciate you. Hopefully we can do some type of collaboration in the future, certainly, right?
Absolutely.
And so Yes. Got a few projects going on. I'll let you know. Definitely. Okay, so you guys, if you would like to be on Living Your Best Life with Lady Myya, you can always hit me up at my email, which is admin@ladymyya.com. That is ADMIN @ladymyya.com. Myya is spelled MYYA. And you know why? Because your homegirl is special. I'll be talking to you guys later.